everybody. Ken, you're a prospector. Top of the morning to you. I hope everybody's having a golden day. We are experiencing some unusual warm weather for this time of year here in Missouri. And I took advantage of it. As you guys know, I've got a lot of material that Hopper and I got, and then Hopper gifted me more of it from No Tellin' Creek, but it's raw material. And it is muddy, mucky, mucky. So I classified some of it down today because it was nice and pretty. And this is what I got. I wanted to do it all. I've got like 4 buckets of it. I wanted to go through all of it, but Mama Bird said I had to make it last. So she's at work. So I'm doing this live today. Love you, Mama Bird. Oh, I thought I'd bring you guys in here. Hey, Rocky Mountain. Morning. Karen Forster, Hobo Rob, David Danduran. We've already got 10 amazing people in here this morning. This is awesome. I'm not used to these vertical lives. I used to be. This is used to all I used to do. Hello, Otterman. But we since got away from them, so bear with me. We're going to try it. I'm going to try it. Jack and Danette. Joe Weiss, my brother. What's going on, Joe? Understand, man. Understand, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, that's what Mama Bird says, Brad. And there's logic in that. And trust me, I know, but it's calling my name. Every time I walk by it, it goes, GP, pan me. GP, pan me. So I have to take it slow. It's got to last for 2 more months. And then I'll be able to get back down there. I probably could have drove down, and I was going to drive down this morning and get more. But that's a long drive. That's 8 hours round trip. So, you know, instead I just classified some of it down. And I got it ready. Now, I'm not sure because I just used the cushion strainer. And this is some bigger stuff. And I definitely want to run it, but because it's got some smaller sands in it, but I don't know if it'll make it through the cleanup buddy or not because of that little lip. So we're going to try it. If it doesn't make it through it, we're going to pan it. Hey, I understand, Joe. Tell Mom and Dad I said howdy, and you be safe and enjoy yourself. Hopefully you're down there experiencing some of this warm weather that we're experiencing here today. So I'm going to see if I can get this through there. I really, with some of it that's in here, I don't think it's possible. I should have probably used an 1/8 inch classifier, and you know what, I probably still could. We could probably classify it down to 1/8 inch on here, but let's see what happens. And that's what I was afraid of. It is clogging up. See that? Yeah, a little assistance, and it goes right down right there. It's got a roll. Missouri is famous for these sharp pieces of cobbles. They're not all rounded. And these sharp pieces of quartz that stick in there. Hey Lisa, how's it going? You know what? I think they might, Joe. I think I heard one of them saying, this probably should go to Joe. You know, I know you're going through a lot of stuff right now and you're unable to get down to the creek. So I might have to send you some of these just to help me pan through them. You know what I mean? I might just have to I sent Carl in Maine some of them, and he said, "These are the muddiest, stinkingest things I ever got." I said, "Yes, because it was all real right out in No Tellin' Creek." But he found some pretty good gold in there, I can tell you. And speaking about sending people some of this stuff, hi Karen, Blood Files, good morning. Me and Carl have been talking about another Prospector challenge for YouTube. And I think we've got a pretty good one figured out. And it's got to do with unsearched cons from all across America. There is so many amazing YouTube channels from such a diversified geographical locations across the continental United States. Well, Hobo Rob's one of them. Lisa's one. Otterman's one. Brad Hayden's one. That go down and they actually get cons from their area. And I'm going to tell you right now, them guys that are getting the cons in their area and that are used to them, that are panning them out, that are sluicing them out, that are processing, there's nobody out there better than them guys at getting the gold from their area. I guarantee it. They are the best of the best in their area. So, what the challenge would be, just to take a small amount. Don't have to put it in nothing fancy, a couple of Ziploc bags. I'm talking 10 to 16 ounces, you know, just a small amount. Something cheap and easy to ship. These guys to go out and get this material and for them to video themselves running it. Showing the gold that if they got any, if they didn't get any, they didn't get any. But showing, then not showing how much they got out as far as the weight goes, if it's a weighable amount. And then packaging it all up and shipping it to another prospector in another, that has a YouTube channel in another state or geographic location. And seeing how much they can recover from it. Now, that's going to be the fun part, to see, you know, the challenging part is, can another prospector, let's say that a guy like me from Missouri, could I recover as much of the tiny fine micros that my brother Carl from Miller Outdoors in Maine gets from his no-tellin' creek? It's highly doubtful that I can, but that's the challenging part of it. To see. So we're going to put this together. We're going to make up some rules on it, and we're going to pick some amazing channels out there to do this, and we're going to see. We're going to have fun with it. Now we'll probably start this in February, and you know, February is a really tough month for prospectors, because most of us has been about a month without getting down to the creek, maybe 2 months on some of us, and you know, actually getting down there and actually getting after it. But we know spring's right around the corner. March and April's coming. So February can be a really tough month, and you know, a lot of them that people that live alone, it can be really, really tough, because they're starting to feel that the walls closing in on them and stuff. And this is a way to expand it. Let them know they're not alone. Let them know that we care and we love them and we're thinking about them. And to involve a lot of different people. And it's a good way to bring new people into what I think is the absolute best community on YouTube. And that's the treasure community. And you know, anytime we can bring someone new into the treasure community, that's a win. That's a win for me. So that's kind of what the challenge is based to do. And hopefully, you know, hopefully we can do that. We can do it together. Lisa, I feel your pain. I have got, as of this morning when I checked the packages I have coming in, I think I've got 9 that's held up in Kansas City, Kansas. Some of them has been there since December. I don't know why that they're just sitting there. It just says, when you check the tracking, it says, your package is still on the way. It's just taking longer than we expected. It's like, well, I could have walked to Kansas. I'm in Missouri. I could have walked there and picked my package up before you guys can deliver it. So hopefully your cleanup buddy, it'll shake loose and they'll deliver it soon. Hopefully. I know you're anxious to get it. I'm anxious to watch you run it. I'm hoping that this is catching gold, because I'm having to manipulate it. These little sharp cobbles. But I'm trusting my dreams, Matt. Arvin got his Miller 1 gram bag from Marvin's giveaway. Awesome. Some of the stuff that I have mailed out has made it to people. Some of it hasn't. Some of it is held up in different postal services across the U.S. I seen a news blurb that one of the senators was asking people to let them know if they was having an issue with the U.S. Postal Service. And honestly, I don't know anybody that's not having an issue with it. It would be easier to say, if you're not having an issue, let us know, because most everybody else that I've talked to is in some way, shape, or form having an issue. I can't believe there's 16 amazing people in here today. I was bored and I was feeling a little blue because I'm home alone and it was pretty outside and I wanted to be at the river, but I didn't want to drive 8 hours round trip to get there and come back. So I thought, you know what? I'll bring my friends and family from YouTube in on this. And we'll spend a little time running this down and see what everybody's got going on. Yeah, I've sent everybody's winnings out that they've won. Wrench won the very first bag, the white bags, the brand new ones that we're calling Missouri Madness, that are 100% unsearched bags. And whether they have gold in them or not, we don't know, but I do know that we have sent out a lot of GP bags, and the GP bags have about 10 ounces of material in them, and we've only ever put a 1/4 gram of gold in there. And there's some people that have tripled that in their bags, which means some of them bags have got a lot of natural gold, and it's mostly fines, the Missouri fines and micros, but every once in a while, they'll have some chunky stuff that I know I didn't put in their bags. And that's when Mama Bird usually whacks me and said, did you know that was in there? Like, no, I didn't have a clue. That's what unsearched means. And there may not be absolutely no gold in this bigger material. But I know that we're still going to run it and check it. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be gold in this uckum here. Hey, Careless Whispers, welcome. I'm glad to hear that. There's one of them. We sent Careless a package and it got held up. I'm glad to see it's out for delivery finally. I have still, I believe as of this morning, unless some have been released, 9 packages in Kansas City, Kansas that was yet to be released for delivery. Usually from Kansas City, Kansas, the next day we'll get it. It'll say out for delivery, but nope, they've been there, some of them, for over 3 weeks now. Rock Solid Passion, howdy. Well, they probably knew they better get on it because they knew it was for you, Careless. So. Well, I'm awful glad that they finally released that. Hey, Outdoor Wally. Was your ears burning, Wally? Me and Carl Miller from Miller Outdoors was talking about you a little bit earlier today. It was all good. I can 100% guarantee you that it was 100% all good. "21 amazing people." Hello, Georgianne. Your brother's a postmaster? That would help. That would help. I'm pretty good friends with the gals that here at our local post office, and they assure me that the issue is not our local service; it's the distribution. Like in this area, we have some distribution plants. We have Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, and St. Louis, Missouri. Them are the three largest in our area, and they are they've got a backlog right now, I guess. Iron Antler, hello James, welcome pal. Glad to see you. We were running some actual, James. I'm sure you've seen gravel that looks just like this. 'Cause this is straight out of the riverbank now at No Tell'em Creek here in Missouri, and I'm having a little issue with it here because it's a little bigger. I classified it down to kitchen strainer, and I should have classified it 1/8 inch, and that way I could have got rid of a lot of these sharp, chunky chunks here. Like that piece of quartz right there. That's a nice piece of quartz, but mineralized quartz. Hey Dorothy, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Dorothy Richardson. There's some amazing people in here right now with some outstanding channels. And if you guys are not subbed to any of these channels, I highly recommend that you click on their links there and sub to them. I'm subbed to all of them, and I love them all. And we try to watch all of them we can. And you know, YouTube fails at their notifications. A lot of times I'll get a notification that someone's going live or has been live the next day. It's like, well, that doesn't do me no good. It's like you stay up all night drinking and having a good time, and you wake up and there's a pizza box and hamburger wrappers laying around, and you're like, I don't remember eating none of them. It's the same difference, you know. It doesn't do you any good just to know that they were live. Karen, that's a fact. There's a lot of people that just, they don't have that reciprocatory effect to them. Another nice piece of mineralized quartz that you sub to them and they don't sub back. And you know what? That's not on us. That's not on you. Subbing to a channel is absolutely free and it's absolutely kind. And you guys get it. But there is a lot of individuals out there that don't. And all we can do is attempt to continue to spread the kindness and hope that what we're doing catches on. Kindness is contagious. And we continue to spread it around. We may not be able to change the world, but we can certainly change the little part of it we're in. I've got to re-look at all my settings on YouTube because for some reason there's some of the channels that we just absolutely love to watch that I get no notifications on whatsoever. And my notifications are turned on. I should be getting them. I don't know why I'm not. There's another really, really nice piece of mineralized quartz. From down there at No Tell'em Creek. big old piece of float quartz floating on by. I think you're right, Rock Solid. I think everyone's having issues with notifications. I know that a lot of times Mama Bird will get the notifications that we went live a day or two after we did our live. So we go live every Monday. She'll get a notification on Wednesday. Gentleman Prospector is live. Hey, Buddy Biggs. Oh, you was fishing, man. Buddy has got a great channel. He does a lot of lives, and he's on every Friday night. He'll be on tonight later, and there's a high probability that I may pop in on him. I try to every Friday. Me and him's good friends. We met each other up in Maine last year in September in Coos Canyon, where we were prospecting. Me and Buddy and Wrench and Heath Doty and Bob and Mama Bird, we all spent the weekend together prospecting Maine. And we found some pretty good shiny. Well, most of us found some good shiny. I'll leave it at that. Stephen Stark, Stephen Strong, brother. Yeah. Stephen sent me an email last night that had some pictures of some new projects that he was working on, and they are amazing. I have to say, he's doing some pretty interesting stuff. And Steven's got a package that is headed his way. I just remembered that I did not send him the tracking number on that so he can see when it gets held up in the Postal Service, because it seems like everything's getting held up these days. Better Together Prospecting, how you doing? I'm not even going to try to send that big old thing down there. There's a couple of these up here that just like, nope, I'm getting down to where it's almost, I'll almost run this through. I'm down to the big stuff that's in here, the really big stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll just clean this mat out into my pan, and then we'll just set it to the side, and then we'll do all the fines. The fines will be a lot easier because they won't clog up like this. And when I started, I knew this was going to do this, but we're going to run it anyway. I'm glad you're doing good. That was a big chunky chunk, some of that sharp Missouri stuff. Getting close. Getting closer. Just a little bit closer. So what do you guys think about the new challenge that me and Carl was working on, that we're thinking about issuing out for February? You guys think that'd be fun? Because I know there's a lot of you guys out there that would love to try some material from some different locations. And there's a lot of you out there that would like to see some people try some material from your area. Just knowing that, you know, how difficult it is to actually recover gold in your area. Because usually when we all get to see it, you know, we're running it through the sluice. We're doing the stuff that we know we need to do that works best in our geographic area. And There's a lot of times people are like, well, I would do that different. Well, yeah, you might, but you might not get the gold out of it either by doing it that way. So, it'd be a fun challenge. It's a good empathy challenge and a fun way to get through the winter months. Tomcat Josh, 23 absolutely golden people that's in here. I love it. I think I can get one more little scoop out of there, and then I'm going to have to use my spray bottle. I'm going to have to use my spray bottle on it. I believe I got all the material out of there except for the organics at this point. I got some organics in there that don't need to get out of there. And leaves and sticks and leaves and whatnots. You know, the stuff you get when you're actually out there on the river prospecting. I got them wiped out. Cool. Hey, Mama Bird, howdy. Glad to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful day at work. Brad Hayden told me that I needed to be slow on these because they had to last. And I'm only doing a little bit and not too much. Kermit says it's way too early for these lives. Yeah, in your time zone it is a little early. But, I waited till, most of these people, it's 11:30 right now. So, they've been up for a minute. I'm going to grab this pan right here. And I'm going to clean this cleanout buddy out in this pan. Gotta love Dream Mat. Less cons, more gold. Dream Mat. Lisa, you're gonna absolutely love your cleanup buddy. Now, I'm not even gonna take a peek in here. I'm just gonna pour this water back off. And I'm gonna set the pan over here. And we're gonna kick this back in again and run it and run these smaller things. I'm not gonna take a peek to see if there was any gold in that bigger stuff or not. We'll know soon enough when we pan it out. Hey Sandy, welcome. We're gold prospectors. This is a treasured community, and this material that I'm running is out of a place we call No Tell'em Creek in southeast Missouri. And we're looking for gold. Yeah, I know he's not wrong, Mama Bird, I know. And that's what I told him. I said, yeah, but only did a little bit. I classified it down because, we're having this pretty weather. And I just ran the bigs. And now I'm going to run these smalls. And we'll see if we got any shiny. Watching and learning, Lisa. You know what? That's the best thing we can do. I learn something every time I go prospecting. I learn something. And as you guys know, I've been doing it 2 days longer than the dirt's been on the ground. And I never quit learning. And I love watching all these amazing channels because each one of them has something they can teach us. That's awesome. So that'd be 3 o'clock Central Time, which is my time, and Troubled One's time. Me and Troubled One live in the same time zone. Well, it's 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, or noon Alaskan time. Kermit in Alaska, my pal Rob will be going live with Troubled One panning out some dirt. Hey, Annie Stevens. For those that don't know Annie, Annie is a better half to Bear Prospecting. Annie and Bear both have great channels, and I highly recommend checking their channels out, subscribing to them. Annie does some amazing jewelry wrap, and Bear Prospecting is a prospector. And he has pay dirt too that he sells. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mama Bird. You have a good day. We'll see you here shortly. Mama Bird's day is half over already, so she'll be home here in about 3.5, 4 hours with the mute time. It don't take long to run the fines like that, Lisa, and that sand and stuff. You'll be able to outfeed your cleanup buddy once you get it. Just remember to go slow and keep an eye on your catch pan while you're catching your tailings in so that it don't overflow. That'll keep your pump clean. Got it. That didn't take long at all. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. Hey, Cuevas Prospecting. Welcome, pal. Bruce, what is going on, my man? I hope you're having a golden day. I don't know what to expect out of this. You never do know. When you're out getting that wild gold, you never know. It's feast or famine. You can get, anytime I can see a micro in my pan, for me, that's a win. So hopefully I can at least see a micro in my pan. But these are them concentrates that came from my pal Hopper. So I'm going to bet you money that he's digging in that same big old hole that me and him's been digging in down there at No Tellin' Creek. And we've been averaging out of that a little over a half gallon or a half a gram a bucket of raw material. And these are concentrates. So it's going to be the gold that you guys have watched me pull out of here. Before that was way better. It was way more gooder. Much more gooder. all the concentrates that I got out of that. We reduced that down to a little bit of nothing. I'm gonna set that over here on that panning station. I'm gonna move things around just a little bit, so bear with me. I'm gonna see if I can spill this 10 gallons of water off into the floor here in the craft room, so Mama Bird has something to yell at me about whenever she gets home. Good man always gives his lady something to yell at him about. That way she feels that she's done her task for the day. And these are all what we ran through there. So I'm going to just set them right down here. And then I'm going to move this right up here. Like into so. And then we're going to turn this camera down just a little bit. Like into so. Now that looks a little better. We're going to zoom her in there just a little bit, like into that. And we're going to pan this out. We're going to pan it out, see if there's anything in there. Got 24 amazing people in here. Thank you, Koalas. Appreciate that, brother. I have got a bunch of stickers that I mailed out today. Headed out. I honestly can't tell you whether you're on that list or not, but I know that you're on the list to get some. And they're either was previously mailed out or they're about to get mailed out. One of the two. Or I mailed them today. I guess it's one of the three. We're going to stratify this down here. We're going to pull, let me turn that a little bit so you guys can see it better. We're going to pull some of that lighter material off there. Down there like into that. And we're going to pull it back. Don't know if there's anything at all. I haven't seen a fleck yet. So let's find out together. You want to? May need to zoom that out a little bit. I may be too close. Looking at that camera there. That more gooder? Can you guys see that pan all right? There's an impulsa sand straight up. I see at least we got one micro anyway, because I can see it right there. Oh, there's good gold in here. Looky here. Looky here one time. My pal Hopper done me good. Ooh-wee! Now that's what I'm talking about. You guys see that shiny coming in here? Oh, Mama Bird done left too. Dadgummit. Some of them Missouri garnets. Look at that. Look at that piece of wire gold right there. That may not be much for some of you, but that makes my heart thump, 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 thump. Look at that. You guys see that piece of wire gold right there? Sorry I got quiet. I'm excited. That's what I am. So many micros. I'm going to push that wire back up in there. There's another little piece of wire gold. Right there. Alright, I need to quit ignoring chat. Hey, Bear Prospector. Welcome, pal. This is from No Tell'em Creek. My pal Hopper sent me a giant container full of concentrated material. Oh man, there's so many micros in here. That for Christmas, and I've been slowly panning through them. And I think this may be one of the better amounts that I've gotten out of there. But I started just scooping it off the top. And it rode for, I don't know how long, in the back of his truck. In the back of my truck, I know for a fact that it rode for 4 hours driving home. So I'd say most of the gold shook down to the bottom of the container. Have a look at that one time. Have a look at that right there. I'm going to suck that up. That is indeed a weighable amount of shiny. No big pickers or nothing like that. It's all fines and micros, but I'll take it. That's raw Missouri gold, baby. Ain't no gold in Missouri. That's a win. Now I gotta check, seeing how the amount that I got out of there. I gotta check them tailings. That's what I gotta check. I know I got everything out of there. But the tailings that got kicked out of that cleanup buddy, I gotta check him now. I gotta know. Gotta know if it missed any, if it threw any out. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm ignoring chat because I'm concentrating here. Hey, AU Diver. Welcome, pal. We just sluiced down and panned out an amazing amount of shiny that I'm pretty freaked out and excited about. Thank you, Hopper. Appreciate you, brother. It was came out of material that MS Hopper gifted me out of No Tell'em Creek here in Missouri. And I know he's he's down there today. I talked to him last night, and he had plans to go down, and I was going to meet him, but because it's pretty here today. And now I'm wishing again that I would have. It's supposed to sour again tomorrow. That's going. Let's see if I missed anything or that cleanup buddy missed anything in that stuff. I don't so much as see a micro. Oh, wait, nope. Nope, nothing. Good deal. Love that dream mat. Love that dream mat. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to set my scale up. Because I got to know. I think we all want to know. We all want to know. There's the goods. Where's my bowl? That's right, all shiny's good shiny. That is the bottom line, Karen. Hey, Cottonwood, welcome, pal. $23 amazing people in here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, Bill Snodgrass, how you doing? Thank you for that, Annie. That's right. Double tap it. Hit that thumbs up. Man, there's some pretty wire gold in here. And Hopper told me, he said, GP, I don't know that there's any chunkies in there, but there's a lot of fines. And I see some. I see some beautiful chunkies. There is a lot of fines. He's right. It's mostly fines, but you know that I call that one piece of wire gold at least chunky. And there's some other pretty chunkies in there. Let's turn that scale on. Make sure that camera's to where we can see it there. Hopefully, maybe, might be. I've been told mine's growing chicken's butt. Move that down there a little bit. So that moon on there. There we go. Maybe we can see her now. Maybe we can see her now. We'll tear that out. I don't know what's in there, but that's for me. That's an exciting amount of gold, natural gold, right out of Missouri. Would you look at that? How about that for a win? Woo! 0.44, 0.44 gram. I'll take that all day long and twice on Friday because today's Friday. All day long, 0.44 gram. There is a tiny little piece of black something in there that I got to pull out. that it may change the scale. I don't know what that is, but it ain't gold. It's something that burnt. No, it didn't change the scale at all. It's still 0.44 grams. That is a win. But I'm going to tell you, this right here, that little piece of wire gold, that's my favorite out of the bunch. And I'm going to stick that in a special little vial that I got over here for Mama Bird. She can check that out. We love that wire gold. That looks like kind of a half crescent. And there's another little piece right here, wire gold. We don't get a lot of wire gold here, but when we do, we try to save it. That's pretty good. And then this, I'm open this old Missouri vial up here. We're gonna dump it in. That's still, we're adding 0.40 grams of wild Missouri gold to the vial. That's not shabby. That's not too shabby. We got her coming in for this year already, guys. January just started and we got her coming in. All right, let me look at chat here for a minute. Raise this, let me zoom back out. Can't forget I'm doing vertical here. I'm used to working my StreamYard. There we go. That should have show my ugly mug. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody. I think that, to me, that's an amazing amount. I mean, now, granted, it is concentrates. That's the stuff that he ran down the sluice already. He dug it out, ran it down the sluice. He did all the work, and then he gave it to me for Christmas. And it's a giant container that I have full of this stuff. Let me move some of this out of the way, and I'll show you this container. And the last time I was down there, he said, I give him a new sluice for Christmas. Me and Mama Bird did. We give him a new Dream Mat. I love that wire gold. We give him a new Dream Mat sluice. And he said, I got something for you, GP. Something I've been working on for the last couple of months. I said, really? Just what is that, Hopper? He said, I got some concentrates for you. And so he said, walk back here to the back of the truck with me. So we walked back here to the back of the truck. I gotta move these bottles out of the way. Oh, that's heavy. And he come carrying this up. This big container right here. Pulled that out back of his truck. And it was, when we got started, it was about half full up here. And this is what I got left out of it. This is what I just pulled out of there. And that stuff runs down deep. Let me show you here. And that's all concentrates. All been run down the sluice. And Mama Bird said I had to take my time on panning it out. But I'll tell you what, that's some fun stuff right there. That's some fun stuff. So that's what I've been working on. That's what these just came out of, and I classified them down into 2 classifications using a kitchen strainer earlier today, and then ran them through that cleanup buddy. Yeah, that dude's plenty heavy. She got enough weight to her, I'll tell you. Oh, let me sit back down here one time. Sit back down here and visit with you fine folks. Yeah, looks like that camera's cutting my head off. I'm not very good at this filming. There we go. Maybe I won't be so cut off now. That's right, Dorothy. You can't beat the cleanup buddy. Rob, you're right. There's some dirty cons. I promise you, brother, they are ucky mucky dirty. And I was the thing that we were talking about, the challenge we was talking about doing earlier. There's several of you, and you're included in there that we're talking about. Sending some of them straight out the river like that, muddy, dirty stuff, and you're one of them that I was thinking about sending a Ziploc bag to for that challenge, just so that you could enjoy some of that mud. I know Carl really, when I sent him some, he really enjoyed it. He said, "Where in the hell did you get this stinking muddy clay filled dirt from?" I said, "That's Missouri, baby. That's what we deal with every time we go out." And you can't stress enough. That's just like this stuff in your area that you do, that I guarantee you I'd be like, "Oh, what the hell is this? How do you even do this?" And same way with Carl's area. When we went up to Maine, we ran into some garnet sands that I had never. We have garnets here, but I'm talking everything was garnets. The sand, when you ran it, it was pink. It was crazy. It's like, what the heck, and that's the fun of the next challenge that we're talking about coming up, is to get to experience what I'm experiencing, Mama Bird, Rob, Carl, Jason E. Miners, Jason the Flower Gold Wizard, with his beach sands, and what we all experience daily and are used to is our norm. There's a lot of us that I didn't have any idea. Jason sent me for Christmas. Jason, the Flower Gold Wizard, for Christmas sent me a giant bag of straight raw beach sand that he went down the day after, or the day of Thanksgiving. He filmed it, and he told me, this is for you. This is for you, GP. He filled that bag up, and he sent it to me. And I'm going to tell you, that's why he is the Flower Gold Wizard. I mean, he's a master at it. And each one of us, there's a special something that we do in our area that other people aren't used to. In your area, you're the best there is, and that's all there is to it. And everybody needs to. I want everybody to experience that. I want to experience that. I want to experience, other stuff that I have not got to. We've traveled, me and Mama Bird has, and prospected a lot of places, and I'm lucky enough that we have found gold in most of them, but there's so many more that we would like to experience that we haven't, and just like you guys. And I think that this would be an amazing challenge. No sound, back on. Audio is back. It must be a YouTube glitch. I hope you guys heard that, because I don't think I could re-say it, and I thought I said it pretty good because it came from the heart. I mean, it was real and honest and sincere. Uh, hey, Weldon Curry, how's it going, pal? But that's really all I got, guys. I don't have a lot to. I just wanted to bring you guys in. I was feeling a little lonely. I ain't gonna kid you. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling a little lonely today, and I thought, you know what? I'll just do a pop in live, and I'll get to talk to some of my friends here, and miss 2/3 of what my story, said Benko. Well, I appreciate that, Ben. That makes me feel really good. Uh, so no, the thing is where I was going at is, right now we've got a challenge going out. Joseph Knowlton issued the sand salt challenge, the highway salt sand challenge. Great. We did it, and we found just a little bit of gold, 0.03 grams, enough to barely move the scale, but we moved it. It was fun. It was so much fun that it got us some of us to thinking about other challenges. And me and Carl was talking earlier today, this morning, and Carl with Miller Outdoors, and we come up with another challenge, and it is the challenge would be, and we haven't named this yet, but we're going to, where let's say I would take and randomly, be it through just a random choice of my own or random comment picker or some form, however you want to do your channel, because that's your channel. But each prospecting channel would take and that wanted to participate and pick someone with that had a prospecting channel or a prospector, say Karen Owens or Steven or some Jason E. Miner or somebody, and send them straight raw material, what you guys just watched me go through. However, before you send it, you do a film, a small video, and showing that, going through it. If you find gold in it, great. If you don't, great. That's the thing about prospecting. You never know until you process it whether or not there's going to be gold in it. But you don't reveal if there was gold in it, if there wasn't gold in it, and you don't reveal the amount. There's the secret part. Until that person gets it, that channel processes it, runs it, and then they find, let's say that the Flower Gold Wizard sent Carl, a bag, and the Flower Gold Wizard processed it and got 0.08 grams out of it. Carl does it and gets 0.04 grams. Well, then the Flower Gold Wizard would turn around and show the video and say, well, this is the difference in the person that that's from this area to a great, because Carl's a great prospector. Trust me, I've prospected with him, and he's one of the best out there, guys. But the difference is wherever you're prospecting, whatever you're going through, whatever material you're working, you're the best at it. You're better than I could be at it. You're better than anyone else could be at it, because that's something you've been doing. You've been doing it for a while, and you've been getting it out for a while. And but still, I want to try. I want to try that challenge. I want to see what Rob's going through. I want to see what Jason E. Miner's going through. I want to see what everybody's going through. And I'm sure you guys, this nasty, mucky, dirty clay mud that we got down here in Missouri that you guys just watched me go through, you guys want to try that too. I'm quite sure, because I guarantee you that it's got some sands in it that is unlike anything you've ever tried. We've been all over, and some of the blonde sands here in Missouri, we call them, let's just say they're heavier than the black sands are, and they won't move in your pan. They're like, what new form of hell is this? So before YouTube messes up again and kills my video feed or my audio or whatever, that's what we're working on. That's the challenge we're working on. I hope you guys will participate in it. I think that it's going to be a great time. I think it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be comical. I mean, to watch the, the successes and the struggles that we all go through every day, to give them to someone else, and I'm just talking a small amount of material, 10, 12, 16 ounces, nothing over that. That way it keeps the shipping under, $7 anywhere within the U.S. and, we can keep it a fun game that isn't breaking the bank for anybody, that is, can be a good time. And, thank you, Better Together. It does sound fun. I think it sounds amazing. I mean, there's places that I guarantee you that I could take your material and completely fail at it, The Flower Gold Wizard proved that. I mean, I missed, out of the material that he got, I missed a third of the gold. Until I ran it, Mama Bird ran it down the Miller table, I thought I had cleaned it up completely, panning it out the best that I could pan it out. And I missed a third of the gold. And I panned it like 3 times. But when she ran it down the Miller table on them micros, she found a third of the gold that I had missed. And it's like, wow. Now, and that's why I went boom in my head. It's like this, this is what it's about, because I guarantee you the Flower Gold Wizard wouldn't have missed that. He would have panned it out and he would have found the gold in his pan because he's used to it. He's used to the material. He knows exactly the water flow, the amount that he has to pan, because that changes from place to place. The way you pan does change. And it's not like panning pay dirt. And I stress this every day. Panning out in the field, panning out on the river, panning actual material is a complete new experience. It's a 100% new experience, and I want you guys to experience that. Anybody that hasn't got to experience that, I want you to. I want you to experience what it feels like, and to see that. And the best part of that is you whoever pans it out the first time, they're the first set of eyes to ever lay on that gold. So whoever gets that gold and pans it out, that'll be the only one other person ever will have ever seen that gold. So that's pretty amazing right there in itself. So that's something, that a bond that you'll be able to share with the other channel. Only you and I have ever got to see this gold. We was the first two people to ever get to see this gold. And this is the kind of stuff that me and Carl talk about a lot. And because we send each other all kinds of dirt, and I know that some of the dirt that I sent Carl, he was the first eyes to ever see, because I never panned it out. It was raw material, and he found good gold in it, and it was his. And the same thing, Carl sent me some stuff that he called dirty deeds that he never panned out, but he knew it was from a good place, and he knew it should have had gold, and it was micro gold, but it was good micro gold. And I was the first set of eyes to ever see that, and it was from Maine, and the stuff he looked at was from Missouri. So, that's the fun in it. That's the intriguing part in it, and it's a good time. Hey, Jenny Taylor. Hopefully, I haven't bored you guys. I'm trying to read here. So, anyway, guys, thanks for coming along. I'm going to be putting this challenge together towards the last week of January. I will be announcing it and putting some other stuff on it on lives. Uh, if you've got a channel, which you all do, and you want to participate in this, send me some feedback. Let me know. Most of you all already have my email address or phone number, one of the two. Let me know. Send me some feedback. Let me know if you want to participate. And that way I can include your channel whenever I put it out there. I can include your channel, tag it whenever I put the introduction to this out there. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a great time. You know, where there's a lot of opportunity here for us to get to pan material from someplace else. Whether there's 2 micros in it, no gold, or a quarter gram of gold, we won't know until you pan it. And the thing is you just never know. My email is on my about section on my page, Quavis, and that goes for anybody. And also, I run it every live on every Monday night. I run my email on my stringer. I can't. Well, I could probably put it in here. I've got my iPad here. I'm reading off of. So yeah. Yeah. As my pal Buckshot would say. It's real simple. It's Gentleman Prospector at gmail.com. And I completely messed that up. Thank you, Karen. That's close. See, mine keeps wanting to add stuff too. And I know Karen Untz has my email because we talk. There it is. I got it. I got it. And I can pin it to the top of this. That way it pops up for everybody if you don't have it. But yeah, that's my email, Cuevas, and I'm unable to do the road sand challenge due to the area of VDOT only uses salt and gravel mix to treat the roads here, and that's what I ran into too, Brewers. And I mean, I went right to them, and uh, first I googled it, and I was the same thing. I went to up there, and they told me no, they wouldn't give me none. And when I told them what it was, the reason I was doing it, the guy was like, absolutely, we'll get you some. And he brought it to me, and mine was 80% salt. And I cleaned my sluice out 12 times. 12 times. 12 times I cleaned it out for one 5-gallon bucket because it was just, yeah, it was that. But I got 0.03 grams of tiny, tiny little micro flour gold out of it. So I was impressed. It was barely enough to move the scale, but it moved the scale, and I was able to do it. There is no underscore pin code. It is just exactly what I pinned to the top. It's gentlemanprospector@gmail.com. And yeah, yeah, that's and Brewer. There's been a couple of people that the same thing, and they went to their county. They drove up to their county department and was able to get some, and a couple of people even went to their park board, their city park board, and got some because they use a lot of sand. A lot of city park boards do on places where there are hills and stuff at, because it's more efficient than what salt is on hills for grabbing traction. So yeah, I'm pumped. If you can't tell by my excitement, Lisa, I'm pumped. I mean that 0.44 grams of gold, that's a significant amount of gold for us. And uh, granted, it's concentrates, so there's no telling how many buckets that went through and sluiced out to get that. 15, 20, 30, 40 buckets, 50, 100 maybe. I don't know, but I know that Hopper's a good prospector, and when he goes down and spends the day, he goes through the buckets. So there's no telling how many buckets that he ran through a sluice just to get this material to give me for Christmas. So it's greatly appreciated. Trust me. Yeah, Ben, raid the county piles, and that's just it. The county. I was told by the highway department they absolutely don't use any sand. But when I went to the highway department, I was told, no, we can't give you anything for liability reasons. We can only let you in the office. But when I told them what it was for, the supervisor said, oh, hell yeah, we'll do this. And he sent a guy out to my truck, got a bucket, took out, came back in. All I did was sit there and drunk coffee and talk to this nice guy. And somebody else filled the bucket for me, put it in my truck for me, the whole 9 yards. And it was mostly sand, and Missouri uses zero sand, they say, on their highway. Zero. If you read anything in the state of Missouri, it says they use salt and beet juice, and which you can see the red stuff on the road. And but the thing is, the stuff he brung me had no red stuff in it, but it was full of salt. It was loaded with salt and sand. And I picked out big chunk. Here's a pile of the gravels that I picked out of it as I was going through it. Sticks and gravels and stuff. And that's a chunk of salt. But yeah, and that's just, a little section of it. But that came right out of what I ran for the sand salt challenge. Right, right. And that's what it's about, Wally. And you're 100% right. Sand on dirt roads, salt turns them into mud. And if you Missouri is full of dirt gravel roads, and we they a lot of that are highways. We have highways that all are paved, and all of a sudden, especially down in some areas, they turn into gravel roads for a short section. And you're right, they can't use salt on that because it muddies it up. Yeah, there you go, Brewers. That's an ideal. That's perfect ideal. Hey Ed, how you doing, brother? So thanks, guys. Thanks all of you for hanging out with me. Thanks for sticking around. Wasn't that a great way up? And next time you see MS Hopper, you'll have to tell him, "Hey, man, that was awesome." And because I'm as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna text him and say, "Dude, I just cleaned up some of that, and you ain't gonna believe what I got out of it." And he's gonna freak out because we were talking last night, and he's at the river right now, so I may not even be able to get a hold of him. But he said that he slipped on the ice when we had the ice and snow, and he slipped on it and he hurt his back. But he still said that in this warm weather, he's going to the river today. He's gonna do something. It's not gonna be much, but he's gonna get some material. And knowing him, he's gonna overdo it and he'll regret it. But we got Arctic temperatures supposed to be back in here tomorrow. Tomorrow the high is supposed to be 8 degrees, so that's gonna be crazy. That could be, Rob. You're right. That sounds very very much more like it because salt in the rivers, that's going to kill a lot of the fish and aquatic lives out there. So guys, let me know what you think about this whole challenge. It's going to snow in South Georgia next week. Yeah, and I think it's going to snow here again next week too. And we just got out of 13 inches, but it's almost all gone. The only place we have snow left on the ground now is in shaded areas. And we got maybe 2 to 3 inches left in shaded areas, but basically it's all gone except for where the snow plows pushed it all up on the sides of the road and piled it up. Because yesterday and today it's been up almost to 50 degrees and the sun's been out. It's been beautiful, been gorgeous weather. But this weekend is supposed to go bottom fall back out of it again. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let you guys get back to your day, and I'm gonna get a hold of Mama Bird and let her know I got 0.44 grams of gold out of that. That's amazing. That's a win. That's a huge win. So just let me know what you guys think about that challenge, and if you're interested, because I know me and Carl's going to do it, and we're going to send it out to people anyway. But if you guys want to do it with us, man, that would be fantastic, and I think it would be a lot of fun. And I know it'll be something to keep us busy, keep our minds off stuff, and shake out the loneliness, shake away, the winter blues. So until then, we hope you guys to see you out there Monday, because Mondays are normal live. Mama Birds has started doing lives on Wednesday, Wednesday early evening, and we hope to see you there. But most of all, I hope I see you out there on that next inside bend, or just over that one little rock pile where all them cobbles and bigs fall out. You guys know the spot I'm talking about. That's where I really hope to see you at. So, love you guys. Take care.